missed game number 1 in Bermuda. It was Falcons that catch the booyah of the opening day of Point Rush stage. Now we are going to game number 2. Purgatory will be the venue. And let's see who will be crowned booyah this time around. For those who might not know, Fly Path is from Central up until Moat House. And such a beautiful day to be in Purgatory. This is one of my favorite maps aside Bermuda. Very large map, very nice terrain to play around with. And it looks like Buriram will still drop on Marble Works, but Mount Villa shots is being heard between Fluxo and Rainbow 7. Same goes to Fire Brigade as RRQ is shooting towards Team Falcons. Paying Gaming, quite a unique formation, covering the whole area of Moat House entirely.
It's good. I mean, I'm more curious about DRG here. They had such a rough start previous map, and most importantly, Remind was knocked down so many times, and they're still going with that same style play. But for now, moving our eyes onto this fight here, we're seeing a lot of eliminations, at least 1 to 2 pickups, and Falcons just running for their lives. And RRQ putting that pressure onto Pina, but Pina, undeterred, unbothered, just moves away, happy to move away with this weapon. It's a nice one too. It's put a lot of chip damage onto Gear, who's just been subbed into this map.
Yep, Pina as well subbed in for On Fire for Team Falcons. So it's sub versus sub. And here comes good from RRQ. No wait, all a rush. Babar Gaming is on the way. And there you go, Mal goes up together with Dutz. It's 2v1. Pina has no chance. And another point goes to Indonesia RRQ. Rexicum Kyon finally showing their true colors here on the Point Rush stage.
When things go wrong, just move forward, just rush forward here. And I have to say, they gave a lot of respect to Falcons, despite the fact it's only just Pina there, moving as a unit, making sure they don't get traded. And now, together, they just had to rush up to where the Falcons are holed up. And Falcons, they are very, very separated here on this map. Pina, the last one that's just come in alone to a Fire Brigade. The other 3 here over to Lumber Mill. And I think that Peter has positioned himself all the way outside. 18 Deer has already positioned himself further out as well, as the other 2 decides to get a bit more aggressive. Trade for trade, limit down, but so is Mal. But numbers advantage still very much there. A 1v1? No, it's 2v1. And the members of RRQ are now in trouble, but no. The same could be said about Falcons here. I have to say, this fight, you think that one team's getting the lead, the immediate recovery is incredible.
RRQ, I think they were upset that they could not secure top 3 in the previous game. Now going super aggressive towards the returning champions. Again, the Falcons slowly losing their feathers towards RRQ. 5 elimination kills. And this is just between RRQ and Falcons. RRQ did not hunt any other team, it's just Falcons alone. So 5 times Team Falcon experienced death. Time and time again, they have to go down, revive back, go down again, revive back. So I think the only option for Falcon is just to try and stay away from Lumber Mill. And now we're looking at Marble Works. Fluxo has started their route by hunting down Buriram, but it looks like Gil is the one hunted down.
These immediate trades from all these teams just show how aware they are and how quick their rotations are from each other as well. Wasana barely even spots the hit of Bob's there. Bob's taking a lot of damage. He's still hunkered down behind that glue wall, but not for long. Gio does get eliminated, and Wasana, he wants to go for the chase. The rest of the team here understanding the predicament. I think it's a great idea for the rest of Fluxo to say it's okay, move all the way back, and just reset ourselves to be able to continue on this map as well. As for me, they got another kill to their name, and honestly, flex that.
Yeah, that was the replay of Peter taking down a member from Team Lost. I could only see it on the kill feed. But yeah, talking about Paying Gaming, they dropped quite uniquely here, covering the whole side of Moat House. I think they trust each members of Paying Gaming to take care of themselves, try to play solo, but that is a good strategy. Once one of your team members interacted with an enemy team, and let's say if that person went down, the other 3 members could actually maybe inculcate another plan to stay away. Meanwhile, for AG.AL, their rotation towards campsite is now being bordered by Vitality. Kyung was shot a few times, but still braving himself to try to use the mini jump pad together with together with the other members of a Team Vitality. However, nearby there is a core memory KOG.
Keroro has revived the leader. Yeah, to be expected as EVOS. Now we wanted to see their facts, and here we go as turnout falls. Chinoy as well. And this team is just so unrelenting. They are coming in from so many different angles. It's really hard for AG.AL to even play off each other. They're isolated, separated, and just completely overwhelmed. Thankfully, there's still one more member still very much alive. Happy to bring them back into the game, but I'm not too sure where exactly he is. The rest of the team just skedaddling away, and I think they want to go for this hunt.
Yeah, he went to the nearest vending machine, I believe.
No,
but no, you revived with an M82B in hand. Goes down for the second time in our second game right here. So, yep, AG.AL, they were hunting, they were actually shooting towards Vitality, but at the same time, EVOS came back, backstabbed them, and disturbed them, and almost eliminated them. Again, EVOS, with their surprise strategy, I don't think Vitality knew that EVOS Divine was around. When they were using the jump pad, they were thinking, okay, we are in the clear, let's rotate to another place. We might not be interacting with an enemy team. Now EVOS Divine is there. Inside the arsenal, Dix goes down. Ray with nice shot with the shotgun. Azriel as well, right on the floor. However, aim god goes red. Ray not looking very good in terms of HP. 10 HP left. But Koja doing a lot of work. But sadly, work is not there. Only Kyung is left. And there you go. Bye-bye, Vitality. 12th place for them in Purgatory. I could see Rasha say, woo-hoo! From EVOS Divine. Nice sweep from the White Tigers.
And this is incredible coming in from EVOS, understanding how exactly to play that. Honestly, I understand what Vitality wants to do, which is to make a bit more space between them, hunker down inside of the Arsenal. But the problem with Arsenal is that they have two different openings. And EVOS understood the assignment. Two openings, no problem. Plug in one side, rush in from the other, and suddenly you are just choked and pincered in there. No place to move at all, as the utilities were thrown in as well. You cannot fight back in that situation. And Vitality, this must be heartbreaking for them, knowing that, you know, you are an aggressive team and you are the ones who are the hunters. This time around,
Ash,
you are the hunted.
do you want to know something? After Vitality was eliminated, RRQ was eliminated by Dragons. Impressive stuff. I wish we can get a replay to see how did Dragons execute their plan in Central to oust out RRQ. Because if you look in the history of Rex Supreme Kyon, RRQ is basically their headquarters. But however, in Brasilia, right around the housing area on the southern side, you could look inside Buriram and R7 is added. This is a rematch between the Thailand and Brazilian team, and it looks like Buriram might win this. Cornering Dea and Games King in one corner. Grand Charles has been put out, but still nobody goes down just yet. Get high, Moshi and Wasara. Joanna apparently is not in the fray. Same goes to Joker from Rainbow 7. Dea is right outside, but it looks like Get High is on the ground. Opportunity for Rainbow 7 to go for the wipe, and they did. Blue and blue, it looks like Buriram is now no more in our game, I believe. Yep, I could confirm that. Time plays for Buriram, and this is a replay from how Dragons control RRQ. They put Remind in a very nice spot to oversee, to spot members of RRQ. Again, Remind doing so much work for Dragons, and that is amazing coming from a team from Middle East, North Africa.
Coming back to the fight against Buriram United as well, I think that Buriram United had the right idea of breaching into that compound, but the problem is they didn't realize that the other members of R7 were on the top side of that building here. It was so chaotic. Yes, one member fell, but it allowed for the other members to just go upstairs, reposition themselves on the outside. And speaking of repositions and fights here, AG.AL, Chinoy again in trouble as the members of Lost. They were just kind of walking around, wandering around on the outer skirts. Found him, gets a pick off, and for Lost, they haven't really been the loudest like they were this week as well today. So this might be the beginning of that, as Saifa as well will be knocked down in this situation. Lost have to just sweep out around the area, and every time you know that when Lost just commits, it could be quite bloody. But EVOS also has other things in mind. As Lost goes in for those fights, makes their presence known, EVOS says, let's pressure them.
Lost could not actually cross the river as EVOS is waiting for them on the other side. And yeah, while you were pushing points about Buriram, R7 has been hunting them ever since we started our EWC. There you go. Good kill here from EVOS. AG.AL still have a few remaining members still alive. EVOS, after a very devastating game number 1, they come back strong here in game number 2. 10 elimination points in 10 minutes. And I believe they could still add more. And fun right here for Pain Gaming. No rush, no how. They're quite far from the zone, but yep, with the jeep that they have, they can just cruise around Purgatory. On your left, this is Fields, where everybody was running for their lives. That is the tour for Team Pain Gaming. And for Dragons, this is the underdogs of our current stage of EWC, doing very well. And AG.AL yet again been eliminated by EVOS Divine, and that is elimination number 11.
Rough circle as well toward Lumber Mill here. Body of water through it as well. So it's about Metatron making sure where exactly the circle is going to shift next. A lot of teams rotating over from northern side here, looking at Pain and Fluxo, who's I think meeting onto the northern side there onto a fight. There we go. As Pain were very much ready for it as well. For Fluxo moving in and out of that time turner is just doing a magic for them as well. But quick trades all around for both teams as well. But the one on the front foot here is Pain, who completely overcome Fluxo in a blink of an eye.
The Global Finals 2024 champions is not looking too hot here. Coming in towards the point rush stage, could not handle Pain Gaming that was coming into the new zone. Yeah, Fluxo really needs to step up their game. This is not the Fluxo that we see in Rio de Janeiro. This is just something foreign, something new, something that we do not see a Fluxo team does. So I believe maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just a very bad week for Fluxo.
No, I think it's a great week for Pain actually. Look how aggressive they are rushing toward R7 here. But R7 was already raiding. They already had the glue wall set up here. And Peter decides to make the glue walls his own. Takes Games King down quickly. But AG.AL also is here. It's a three-way fight. And everyone, it does an all-out free-for-all. Peter gets one. Della knocked out. Dew as well. R7 is just somehow still surviving this onslaught. Barely any players left alive. But Pain not allowing that to happen anytime longer here. Gets a pickup as well onto Peter. And AG.AL not done quite yet, because here are the White Tigers who are rushing toward Pain Gaming. Yeah, Pain Gaming wants to bring in the Pain, but the Tigers are aggressive as heck. But Ray oversteps, falls as well. Very much ready for it. Noda X finds Ray. Peter also will be traded out by Coach Chill. What a nice nade thrown out here. As Coach Chill throws in that last nade as well. Finds the final member. And Gus is eliminated. Pain Gaming, you have overstayed your welcome. A bit too aggressive.
A very aggressive play by Pain Gaming. They had 11 elimination kills before being wiped by EVOS. Again, the White Tigers, EVOS, doing so well here in Purgatory. And right now, they are going back, trying to control the teams from Lumber Mill to not cross the river right in front. Teams that are on the side of Fire Brigade are Team Falcon, Team Lost, Dragons, and CRM. Basically, 4 out of 6 teams are outside, on the other side of the river across Team EVOS. Yeah, including AG.AL also. So only EVOS Divine here on the Brasilia side. By no, they tried to go in, but sadly, Aim guard was aimed down. However, Coach Hill came in the nick of time to get him up back in his fit. Jump, running quite low. Rasha jumps in, but it's okay. He could crawl behind the stone and be picked up by his own teammate. And to add blessing to their grace, there is a monster truck that just dropped right in front of them. They could use that as cover, but as much as they would like to use it as cover, Team Core Memory is not giving them a good time. Falcon has been eliminated on 6th place, but it looks like EVOS might actually follow up with them on 5th. As shots raining down by Core Memory. They are really using that monster truck feats for days as Jump takes down Coachil. Meanwhile, on Lumber Mill, Dragon doing so good. They took down Lost, but Rimai could not survive the zone. And there goes Rimai. AG.AL might come as well on third place after Dragons on fourth. Now we are left with Core Memory and also EVOS Divine.
Honestly, I'm quite surprised that EVOS Divine is still alive and kicking here. They didn't have a lot of space. Well, that tiny rock was their only saving grace here, but now the circle shrinks. They're forced to rush forward out here in the open, and everything in the kitchen sink thrown out once again. But EVOS rushes forward, wants to take away that space, but he's all alone. Aim God, no one to trade him. Rasha rushing away for his life, and Core Memory, that pressure is great for them, and they take away this booyah.
A very coordinated and quite easy booyah for Core Memory. They have rained down Team EVOS for quite a long time, causing them to use a lot of their medkits and possibly a few glue walls in the same process. When EVOS tries to rotate away, tries to find that angle to avoid shots from Core Memory, sadly, that